Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. Brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware, Long Island's largest rock salt source and a source of everything you need to get through winter with winter storms such as they are. 631-756-1125. The website is omni2truevalue.com. They are at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, and they are a local business. They're just north of the Southern State Parkway, and this is a great time to support local businesses. So check them out, omnitruevalue.com. Okay, let's get started with this weather system that is going to be impacting our weather over the next couple of days in varying areas. The first area of impact will be in south central and southwestern Pennsylvania, western Maryland into West Virginia. And also northwestern Virginia, and then you go into central and eastern Maryland, where we have either winter weather advisories or you see where the winter storm warnings are posted. The main issue in the area of the winter storm warnings is the fact that there will be some icing and some freezing rain. So bear that in mind. There also might be freezing rain in the winter weather advisory area, but the ice accretion is likely to be larger in the zone where the winter storm warnings are up. So, as far as this first round is concerned, and as far as snow is concerned, I'm thinking that we could see a bit of a burst of snow late this afternoon and through the first part of tonight, and it will cover this this is the area where we have the advisories and warnings, and there could be a quick 1 to 2 inches as this first arm of moisture pushes on up, and then we're going to have to wait to see what happens after that. We'll probably see a change over to some freezing rain overnight and into tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, areas up further northeast in northern New Jersey, around New York City, Long Island, and into southern New England and the Hudson Valley, there are no weather issues during the day today, and there are no weather issues for probably all of tonight. This area will have to deal with this on Tuesday and into Tuesday night, and we'll come back to this map to show you what we expect. In the meantime, here is this east-west oriented area of clouds. It's a lot different than what you usually see with regards to storm systems. This one is stretched out over 1,500 miles with precipitation as far back as eastern Colorado and as far east as North Carolina and Virginia. So you don't often see it in this fashion, but this is what happens when you have a big blocking pattern and you have a low to the northeast that has not gone away. It's still there. And you have a big high to the north that's just sort of pressing down, almost like an anvil, pressing down on the storm and causing it to flatten out. And as a result, the energy winds up getting flattened out and can't really accomplish very much. We are cold enough, certainly. The leftover cold air from the cold air mass of the weekend, temperatures hitting bottom in the teens and low 20s, and even some single digits as you move into parts of upstate New York. Very cold there. Teens and low 20s across northern Pennsylvania. We had lows down in the mid to upper 20s as you head down south into southern Pennsylvania, down into Maryland and Virginia, northern Virginia. So certainly we do have cold air, and that cold air is going to be tough to dislodge. Here's the radar as of 7:30 Eastern time, and it's again oriented in that east-west fashion. And you've got this arm of rain that extends down into across Kentucky, Tennessee, and into North Carolina that is pushing northeast. And that's the first band of moisture that we are going to deal with. So it's going to take you through how I think this whole thing plays out for all areas. I'm going to try to be very specific. The first focus tonight will be late today and tonight will be south central, southeastern Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, and northeastern Virginia. And this is the HRRR model, which in the instances that we've seen it work through winter weather these last couple of months, it's actually done quite well. So I'm going to just stick with this until proven otherwise. So this is at 4 o'clock this afternoon, precipitation approaching Washington, D.C., snow breaking out in western Maryland. And now you're going to see this area of snow kind of expand after 7 o'clock across south central, southeastern PA, southern New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, northern Virginia. This is where I think we could put down a quick couple of inches. Now, at midnight, you see where the northern extent of this is. Southern New Jersey, northwest to about Allentown in Pennsylvania to about Williamsport. The storm at this point is actually going to start to weaken. We have the primary low in eastern Kentucky. You can see it there. What you can't see is the secondary low that's developed offshore. That's going to take this and just kind of pull all the solid precip out to the east. And you see how the snow area just winds up shrinking and disappearing. And this is what's going to happen over the overnight. And you're also going to see the transition over to freezing rain in those areas where we had the winter storm warnings. Meanwhile, you go up northeast, northern New Jersey, southern New England overnight, nothing happens. So now we're at 7 a.m. on Tuesday. You start to see the leftover primary low moving east. That has its own area of precip, and it's on the weak side. So we're going to see this sort of expanding area of snow, freezing rain, and that will occur during the day tomorrow, during the day Tuesday, into Tuesday afternoon, into Tuesday night. Looks like most of the snow with this pulls out of Pennsylvania and winds up going on into upstate New York and into Connecticut and Massachusetts, and that will continue through the day on Tuesday into Tuesday night until the primary low can just get out of the way. Systems like this, when they're weak, they tend to have precipitation that piddles around. So I wouldn't be surprised in areas where you see the precip disappearing on Tuesday, that you still could wind up with some leftover spotty freezing rain or freezing drizzle or just plain rain or maybe even a snowflake or two. So then we'll get this out of the way, and then we'll start to turn our attention sort of to the weather system that a few people have been talking about and failing to point out that we still have a block and we still have a lot of things that are hostile to storms to move up the East Coast. And here is the second wave for Wednesday. Really, I am totally underwhelmed by this. And now it appears that the system is going to stay rather flat and weak as it moves east off the North Carolina coast. You see some snow there in the mountains of Tennessee, western North Carolina, western Virginia, but it never really translates further to the east because the low is not going to intensify until it's way out offshore. So the bottom line is, I think once we'll play through this minor system here for the next 48 hours, and then after that, we watch this storm intensify well offshore. It'll turn windy and cold for the latter part of this week and going into this coming weekend. And that should pretty much be the story for the next 5 days. And as far as the second area of snow is concerned, there is the potential for, and I've just kind of kept this in sort of a wide view. This would be for Tuesday night into Wednesday. We're looking at a coating to a couple of inches. Now you go further up north of Route 84, you're seeing some 3, 4, 5 inch amounts, certainly possible. Where there, the system, you get light snow over a long period of time, you can wind up putting down more than just a few inches. But in general, for everybody in the other areas from northern New Jersey, northeastern PA into southern New England, we're talking here a coating to a couple of inches, and it's very hard. I could see some places finishing up with 2 or a little bit more. I could see some places finishing up with a coating, and it's even quite possible that some spots in here don't get a thing. And you'll notice, by the way, there's this wonderful little snow hole out of this in central New Jersey that, at least according to the Weather Service digital forecast, doesn't see anything as far as accumulation is concerned. And let me just also just again take one look here at the ice accumulation that will occur. Here is the ice forecast, and it is, some places in West Virginia, Western Maryland, getting about 1/3 of an inch of ice accretion, and that is something that is formidable as far as dealing with it, and also about 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch northeast PA and parts of northwest New Jersey, and then some light ice accretion extending into southern New England for when we get to that point in this where you see the snow intensity level off and you start to see a changeover to some freezing rain, and that would be for later Tuesday night in the northern areas and in the areas down in West Virginia, and in Maryland and southeastern and southern PA. We're talking about later tonight into Tuesday morning. So it's a whole lot to take in. I tried to focus on your specific area, so hopefully, if you're not 100% sure, you can always message me on my Facebook page, and I'll be more than happy to help you out. So, Weather in 5 brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware. Got salt and got sand and everything you need to take care of winter weather. And if, by the way, if freezing rain becomes an issue, salt is probably the only thing that works. And Omni True Value has all the best snowmelt products, including Petalo. So bear that in mind, whether you're a company with a crew or whether you're just a homeowner. OmniTrueValue.com. They're a local business, 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon. They serve the entire New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, tri-state area. 631-756-1125 for the best prices in town. OmniTrueValue.com. The Joe and Joe Weather Show tonight will be at 7:30 Eastern Time, and we'll go over everything. In the meantime, Patreon members, look for a weather in 10 later today as we take a look at what the weather models will bring short and long range, and will indicate if there are any additional changes in the forecast. And you can join my subscription site. It's at patreon.com/meteorologist Joe Cioffi. $2 a month. And if you subscribe for a year, it works out to $20 for the whole year. So you get 2 months free and a 15% discount, whether you're a new member or you're a current member. If you're a current member, just check your settings. If you want to switch over to annual, that's certainly up to you. But you get 15% off on an annual subscription. So it was a little long today. We had a lot to talk about. We'll see you later.